Hello and welcome back to New Year, New Game. This is where I attempt to play 365 games in my Steam library that I've never played before. This is game 137, Between the Stars. Between the Stars is a wonderful space exploration game, and I really think they did it correct when it comes to kind of being very Star Trek inspired. And when I say that, I mean, if you've ever actually watched or seen an episode of Star Trek, essentially they are explorers throughout space. And that's exactly what they do, is they just explore, they get distress signals or some type of events happen, they get missions, they have a random Lola appear in the corner of their video. And they go out and they just go see what's the whole deal. And that's exactly how the prologue of this game started. It's really all I had time for in the hour was the prologue, and then a distress signal afterwards. In the prologue, you start off with your ship being damaged and go into a sector, and finally being able to escape your pursuers. The engines are damaged, and you cannot jump to a safe sector, so you find a space station nearby where you can stop off and get repairs. Unfortunately, you do not have enough credits for the repairs, and because of you being a member of the, I think they called it like Republic, Space Crew Republic, something like that, you get essentially a compromise where all you have to do is do some investigative jobs around the space station and in that sector, and in exchange, they'll fix your ship. So you do that. They give you a new loaner ship, you go out and you explore, and you kind of do the basics of what the game teaches you. And I like the fact that it's space-oriented, but it's not like there's a whole ton of things that you can do. Like when you play other space games, comparing it to like Elite Dangerous, for instance, you can go and fit your ship to be a mining ship, you can be a transport ship, you can go be a bounty hunter, you can go to the planet's surface and do things. From what I've gathered just in the prologue, we don't go to the planet's surface to do anything. Maybe we do in later investigations. But essentially you just go to the point of interest. It gives you a kind of like choose your own adventure path text thing on what you want to do, and based on your choices, and then even like random dice rolls. So it gives you that tabletop role-playing game aspect and feel to it. Really awesome, by the way. With your space crew cadets that you have with you on your investigations, it all determines the outcome. And it could be good, it could be bad. I almost had my entire crew just completely sucked out of a spaceship when we were investigating and trying to get the cargo inside of it. The AI turned on and thought we were intruders, and was just going to open up the bay doors and just evacuate us into space. So I had to think fast as the captain and tell them that we are intruders. And the AI got confused and it was like, well, an intruder wouldn't say that they were intruders, so you must not be an intruder. And then it just got into weird words that caused the AI just to shut down. I don't know how that worked, but it worked. And that's how I, the wonderful captain, saved the day. Yeah, it was a weird thing, but I'm really interested. I want to see what these other encounters are, and I would definitely play this game again. It got a very big thumbs up from me. Between the Stars is a great game. It's an indie game too, and if you like space exploration games, I think you'll enjoy it as well. Anyways, I hope that you all will enjoy Between the Stars here on New Year, New Game. Oh, we do that. I guess we gotta do the prologue. Thought there was going to be like a game. So prologue instead of new game. Help, I'm a prisoner. Oh, it doesn't say. It left. Someone just wants to hide their secrets, I see. Hiding their secrets, Lola!
Alert. Systems damaged. Warp drive pressure.
Achievement unlocked 2 arms?
Crew, boost warp drive to full power!
Yeah.
But Captain, I said full power! That's an order!
That doesn't look good.
Redistributing power. Capacitors charging in 4, 3.
And then it just blows up.
Just a bit more.
Warp successful.
Yay.
We've made it. Damage analysis.
Starting damage assessment protocol. Testing main engines.
I don't know if fucked is a technical term, but we are fucked. Oh. The engine power is adjustable. There are 4 indicators displaying your speed, green indicators for forward speed, red indicators for rearward speed? I can't with that right now. Let's do this. To indicate throttle, and then use that to move in reverse. Get back to work. It just pause it? Oh, is it up and down? Yeah, there we go. It's up and down. Where do we see? Oh, okay, I see power. And then we do this to move in reverse. Only go 2.
Moderate damage. Engines operational. Testing navigation systems.
Use L up to tilt the ship forward and backwards. I'm using the wrong one. Boop. Boop. It's inverted. Don't like that. Left. Right. My up is down and my down is up. And square. Woo!
Navigation
And
systems
O.
operational. Testing power systems.
The energy control system allows you to reassign power to shields, weapons, or engines. In the panel below, you will see 3 gauges displaying the disbursement of energy. R1, and use the right to assign all energy to weapons. R1, this to assign it to engines. And R1 and this to shields.
Power distribution correct.
There a way to like evenly distribute it?
Captain, we're detecting warp signatures in the vicinity.
Oh no!
We've been followed. Prepare for attack.
There's L3 to change the camera mode to 360 view. Oh, press R2 to fire. There we go.
Captain, reinforcements incoming. We need more firepower.
Press and hold R1 triangle to launch nuclear missiles. Ooh. That ship looked like it just blew up on me. Luckily I've got all power to shields. I'm hoping that and their bad aim is really what's keeping me alive. Or maybe we just got plot armor.
Objectives neutralized.
Good work, team. Is everyone all right?
Captain, I've determined this news will cause a decline in crew morale of 64.7%. But I must inform you that the enemy bypassed our shields. 2 casualties confirmed.
Oh. How do I take these things? In order to salvage, fly close to the ship and place your cursor over it. Once the ship becomes a hologram image, hold the fire button over the ship in order to salvage the loot. Okay. We got this. It's all fine.
System analysis.
It's all fine, Lillian. I don't want to hear from you.
Repairs needed immediately.
Pain in the butt, Lillian.
Mai, what's our current position?
We are currently in the Thamus 6 sector. It is on the outskirts of the Interstellar Republic's headquarters.
We should be able to reach it using our drive engines.
Preparing warp drive.
Alright. Is that everything then? It is. Press this to access the star map. Tactical Stella.
Warp drive engines damaged.
Yeah, I
Jump
figured.
impossible.
Yeah.
Mai, which is the closest space station in this sector?
It's the trade station and Terra's port.
Okay. Set in the coordinates.
Coordinates set.
Press triangle to start charging the quantum engines and fly to Antares Port commercial station.
Mai, situation report on Antaros Port.
Accessing database. This station serves as a crucial hub for business tycoons and mining sector speculators. It has a large port specialized for trade freighters that return full of materials from mining settlements. They also swear they have the best beet soup recipe in the universe.
Oh, better than mine? I realize something's off here. I don't have my glasses and they are not nearby.
Captain Scott from the 5th Republic Fleet here. We request docking permission.
Station control tower here. Dock at the assigned bay. Over.
Receiving coordinates. Establishing communication. Docking protocol prepared.
Let's move a little quicker, please. Whoa! Yeah, one engine is just completely out. There's a lot of sparks on all these different number pads I got here. I think I'm upside down. Gonna slow our speeds down now a bit. Just so I can readjust. There we go. Easier to navigate than Elite Dangerous, I'll say it. Docks, commercial zones. Access points on space stations or planets will be marked with an orange selectable box. In these locations, you will find what services are available. Shop, crew hiring, garage, shipyard, and other unique events. Seeing what each station has to offer can help you weather the dangers of the universe. To move around the station, right-click to move the camera around the station. Position your cursor on an orange point to see an area. Select the area you want to access by clicking on it. The red area indicates the zone's exit points. Click to leave the station or planet you are on. Let's go to the docks. You discover a great commotion around the freighters on the station. When you exit your ship, you hear shouts from all angles and merchants bidding ever-increasing numbers over merchandise. You and your crew leave the freighters behind and search for a repair workshop. You find yourself looking at the neon lights when someone bumps into your shoulder. How dare you? Look down. Unknown woman. Ouch, that hurt! It's a scruffy young woman who begins to collect spanners and metallic objects of all sorts she had on her as she tries to steady herself. Sorry, I wasn't looking where I was going. Don't worry, are you hurt? You should be more careful. You're speaking with a captain of the Republic. Bam! Throwing that at her. Don't worry, are you hurt? No, it was entirely my fault. Oh, excuse me, Captain. I'm so sorry. My name is Susan. I'm the head of the Pulsar Ship Repair Workshop. What can I do for you? Actually, we were just looking for a repair shop for our ship. You walk together to the docking bay where your ship is located. Susan rubs her eyes incredulously. Susan waits. No way! A KP-564 SC warship! It's completely totaled. How did you manage to... Susan sighs deeply. Alright, we can do it, but it won't be cheap or easy. The repair cost greatly exceeds your credit account. After negotiating to agree to handle a series of tasks for her in return for the repairs in the meantime, they will give you a complimentary operational ship. Susan, do you know where you can find the communications room? Of course, Captain. There's a transmission bay in the next district over. I can show you the way. Large space stations often have a transmission system highly superior to that of a normal ship, allowing for cross-sector communications. You walk through the station until reaching the transmission bay, where you encounter two guards. After identifying yourself, you are allowed to enter and spot the transmission's crew busily sending coordinates and data to nearby stations. You are granted a terminal in order to send a situation report to the Republic. Perform the transmission. Jane Scott, which is supposed to be me. Captain Scott here. We're transmitting from Antiros Port in Sector Fama 6. Admiral Shaw. Captain Scott, we were expecting your arrival 2 days ago. Yes, sir. We ran into a problem. We were following the trail of a slaver network in the Lithoba 1 sector. We infiltrated their base and secured the intelligence that you requested, but our scientists are still unable to decipher it. During our retreat, we were ambushed by an assault fleet. We thought we had left them behind when we arrived at this sector, but we were intercepted. We finally managed to finish off the enemy ships, but 2 of my crew members have lost their lives, and the Genesis? Yeah, no. Genesis. Aha! Not Genius. Genesis was particularly destroyed, which means we're no longer playing music by Genesis. I'm sorry to hear that, Captain. We'll give them the send-off they deserve. What is the current status of the Genesis? Oh, gotta sneeze. Oh! It's a big sneeze. I hate when my allergies act up. Currently, it is inoperative. As soon as it's repaired, we'll return to the headquarters for the Stellar Summit. As one of the most experienced captains of the Republic, your presence is requested as head escort and reception of our guest. Every governing body of the galaxy shall be present and will set aside their difference in favor of a new era of peace and prosperity. Don't worry, Admiral. We'll arrive before the visit starts. My nose, it tickles my face. Commercial zone. Do we need to go? Go to the commercial area of the Anteros port. Accept contract, the Anteros freighter. Accept the contract, the Anteros freighter. Look at that thing. Looks like a laser beam thing that you attach to a ship. Yep, a light plasma cannon. The Anteros freighter. There. Accept contract. In order to repair the ship, we'll need an ion reactor. This wouldn't usually be a problem if we had the needed materials, but this isn't the case. We haven't had any news from the space freighter E-32 Pulsar repair ship in 2 Earth days. Her crew isn't answering any hails, and their last coordinates show it nearing an asteroid field known as Anteros Cemetery. We need you to find them. Objective: investigate the area and recover the cargo. We accept the challenge. Well, contract. But it's still a challenge. Alright. Dock, exit 9. Let's go away. We got a new ship. Yeah, I'm just gonna...
Everyone to their posts. We must find that missing freighter.
Captain, do you think it could have been an attack?
How do I disengage?
It's strange. If it had been an attack, the security systems would have asked for a security detail from the station, and they would have come to its aid.
They could have used a signal inhibitor to cut communications.
The asteroid cluster where the ship was seen doesn't correspond to any commercial route. Decree M22, under Republic law, restricts commercial routes in order to guarantee the safety of its freighters. This behavior would be a direct violation of Organic Space Law 412, Section 2/08.
Thanks, Alexa. Alright, moving on. What was the button that I pressed to make this go faster? Triangle. Woo! Can't tell if those are missing graphics or minerals within the asteroids. You know, so far liking it. It's really got that kind of Star Trek story to it.
We've arrived at the freighter's last known coordinates, Captain.
There doesn't appear to be anything here. Mai, can you scan the area?
I detect irregular radiation readings coming from the middle of the cluster.
Let's take a look.
There's a green arrow behind me, and this thing in front of me. So let's move forward towards the danger. All these ship parts here.
Captain, we found the source of the radiation. We should proceed to scan.
Affirmative. Mai, prepare the analysis module.
Preparing the scan system.
Aim the brief, press and hold L2 to scan the source of the radiation.
Scan complete, Captain. It's a fragment of the freighter's calibration reticle. I am 98% positive that the damage and radiation emissions confirm a plasma cannon attack.
This looks like the result of an attack. Mai, can you follow the radiation signature?
Comparing samples. Similar readings found in nearby coordinates. Establishing route.
It's a murder mystery. We're tracking the blood using radiation signals. There we go. Such a nice sound. You know, for an indie game, though, they did a really good job.
Captain, we're being hailed. Shall we accept the call?
Yes.
Affirmative.
Ex-Pleo, commander of the Starship Insurrection of the pirate fleet here. I order
Yarr.
your immediate retreat. This frigate is now under our control. Surrender, or we'll open fire.
This is the captain of the warship Genesis of the Interstellar Republic. I demand you halt your activities immediately.
Captain Scott? Of the warship Genesis? In that hunk of junk?
You asked for it. Crew to arms!
No. He insulted the ship. We're gonna take him out. You're just not hitting anything. There we go. Boom. Next. You think the thing on the front of it would be like a giant plasma cannon or something. Grab it.
Captain, the ship's remains correspond to the freighter we've been searching for.
We have to look for survivors and confirm the shipment was in fact stolen.
Preparing to board.
What are we boarding? Ah, there's a ship down here. You enter what's left of the freighter as the bay doors close behind you. Within it, you find the remains of what used to be an enormous commercial freighter. You can see all sorts of supplies and objects on the floor, accompanied by what were once the crew. After some time searching the corridors, you come to a passageway with two possible paths. Let's go right, let's go left. Let's go right. Your crew and you advance through the corridor you've chosen. The further into the ship you go, the more you feel you are not alone. After a while, you reach another crossway. Let's go right again. After walking in circles, you arrive at a hallway and a bay door that opens in front of you. Though the door frame is still within the darkness, you are able to make out a faint light. I don't like the feeling of this. Crew member Camus. Captain, looks like the Protonite shipment. We found it. One of the scientists advanced from within the interior of the chamber, leaving you behind. It could be a trap. A robotic voice surprises you. It appears to be the ship's MAI system. MAI system. Intruders detected. On board. Activating security protocol. Closing bay doors. Losses. Got one wound. On old Nicholas LeBlanc. We have no other option. We must enter. The scientist looks around confused. Tribulant Globlev. Or Tribulant? Goblev. I'm sorry, Captain. It was my fault. The doors close as soon as you enter. The lights turn on. Towards the end of the room, you see the shipment of raw protonite stacked in rows that emit low flashes of light. The AI's voice interrupts once again. Intruders detected in the docking chamber. Opening evacuation bays. Halt, we are the crew of the Genesis of the Republic. The AI waits a few seconds and begins to speak again. Opening suspended. Validating credentials. Error. They are intruders. No, I am Captain Scott. We are here to rescue the freighter. I demand to speak with the captain immediately. Pretty sure the captain's dead. Charisma +6. You think we can do it? Let's try it. Here we go. We got a 5. Your charisma level doesn't allow you to succeed. Oh no, David took a damage. MI system. The captain has no time to speak with intruders. Establishing analysis. Probability of intruders not being identified as intruders. 100%. The bay doors begin to open and the crew and yourself hold on to what you can. The force of the vacuum pulls you forcefully towards them. The weakness of your crew members begins to have trouble holding on. Okay, then we are intruders. If you open the bay doors, the shipment will be lost. Negative. The shipment has been anchored, here to ensure its security. You can see the chests have mechanical anchors latched to the floor, although some are completely damaged. Okay then, we are intruders. 0% probability that the intruders are identified as intruders. Establishing analysts. Error. The AI begins to calculate probabilities while it seems confused. Only someone who is an intruder would claim they are. If the intruder claims it is an intruder, probability, protocol, incompatible. As it exclaims different errors, you hear the voice shut down due to a logic error. The bay door closes. You are now out of danger. Remind me never to upset our MAI. You load the chest of protonite on the ship, and you look for a registry of what could have happened. The engineers search through a few working terminals left, but all data appears to be corrupted. You make a security copy to be able to study it later. Gains raw protonite. Except...
Let's go back to the station to inform Susan.
What kind of pirates assault a protonite freighter just to abandon it?
X-Player's weapons do not correspond to the radiation we've been following.
Captain, the coded data seems to follow the same pattern obtained in the slaver's base. Our team can't undertake an investigation. We haven't found enough matches.
Back to the space station to inform Susan of what we have found. It's a purple sun. Oh, that slowed me down. Shouldn't have done that. Just Just go again. Oh, come on, we're almost there. Whee!
Comms Chief, request permission to dock.
Station control tower here. Dock at the assigned bay. Over.
Receiving coordinates. Establishing communication. Docking protocol prepared.
Can't tell if it is here on this side or the other side. Kind of looks like this side. I think it is this side. There we go. Woo! To the docks! After arriving at the station, you go to the docking port where your ship is located. In it, you spot Susan, who rushes out to meet you. You're back! Have you found anything? Susan looks at you expectantly. Expectantly? I don't know. Waiting for an answer. We found the freighter, but there weren't any survivors. They were all dead, Susan. We were unable to do anything. They were violently butchered. I like the first one. More professional. Susan looks shocked by the news. After a few seconds, she recovers and begins to speak. That can't be. I've known the pilot ever since we were kids. Were you able to recover the cargo? Yes, we were able to recover it. Well, at least there's some good news. Our crew is currently working heavily on the repairs. Since you need the ship as soon as possible, maybe your engineers could help us. Could you process the protonite slabs and fabricate a new ion reactor? Of course, we'll get right on to it. 3D printer time, here we go. Oh, that's a lot of text. You have obtained the first blueprint, and with it, the specified amount of materials you need to create that object within the department section of your inventory. In this section, you will find different areas of your ship that your crew members can work on. The engineering workshop allows the creations of objects via blueprints and the required materials. The scrapping workshop allows you to destroy weapons and systems to obtain resources. The sick bay is a zone designed to heal your crew members' life points and diseases. The research lab allows you to study different objects and progress in events, obtain cures to different viruses, and obtain blueprints that let you procure better weapons than those of standard quality. Press I to access your inventory, go to the department scrapping workshop screen in the inventory and scrap the raw protonite. With the obtained materials, fabricated an ion reactor. Alright, go to the department scrapping workshop screen. Scrapping workshop screen. Inventory, passengers, armaments, store, contracts, repairs, prison. Stash, systems, department, scrapping workshop. Scrap the raw protonite. I would if I could find it. Oh, just click that. There we go. Raw prototype. Boop. With obtained materials, fabricate an ion reactor. Do you do that in here? Ion reactor Mark 1. We did it! An excellent job! With this, we'll have everything we need to finish the repairs. I have another favor to ask of you while we finish things up. Speak with me when you're ready to go. Of course. Curious about scrapping more things. Superior quality. It's ammunition. Oh no, that's an actual weapon. Space garbage. Damage plate. And plate remains. Engineering workshop. Can we put some of these in here? Normal quality stuff and get them replaced with these? Possibly amazing things. A repeating cannon. Light plasma cannon. Light plasma cannon. Anyways. Just curious about what some of these things do. What am I supposed to do? Accept the contract to the inspector. Here we go. We've stopped receiving protonite shipments after the attack on the freighter. We can't guarantee the commercial route security to the mining stations in the sector. Inspector Howard Huggins must fill out his forms immediately, transport him, and evaluate the situation's status. Let's do that. Let's do that. Is there like energy or anything on this thing? Say I want to equip this. How do I go about doing that? Well, I can see the weapons that I have. It's clear these ones are a lot stronger. Shield damage is a little lower. Accuracy is quite a lot lower. Repeating cannon, Mach 1, another one. Light plasma cannon, Mach 2. What do we got here? Light plasma cannon, Mach 1. Light plasma cannon, Mach 1. Energy ammunition, normal ammunition. So yeah, let's go here. Boom. Just making sure that there's no, like, thing showing anything along the lines of energy usage, or like a battery or anything like that. And I don't see it. So I think we're good. Surprised they didn't include that as a stat. Let's move on, we got stronger weapons. Let us exit.
Well, we have a long way to go. We should depart. Engines on maximum drive.
Unauthorized order. You lack bridge privileges.
Ow, I think I hit myself.
So now I have a babysitter? Is the Republic sending you to watch over me?
It's a matter of security, Mr. Huggins. The last protonite shipment was assaulted.
Captains are not what they used to be. If a pirate ship attacked me, there wouldn't be enough space for them to hide.
We're sure of that.
Woo! Warp speed ahead.
What the hell? These transport ships are not ours.
It seems they found a more interesting intermediary than your company, Mr. Huggins.
This can't be. We have to register this immediately.
Okay, press R1 and enter photo mode. You want me to take a photo? There we go. Picture taken.
When the foreman finds out, heads will roll.
Where am I going? Here we are. To the second mining station.
Captain, we have to go back to the station now.
What happened?
I forgot my lunch.
Mr. Huggins.
False alarm, I found it.
Captain, there's no sign of activity on the station.
It looks completely abandoned. We should dock and discover what's going on here.
I'll stay on the ship. Covering your backs.
Docking in the abandoned space station. Main entry. A shadowy ruin entrance gives way to an abandoned station. The dock bay doors open and the captain and her crew arrive to a large reception hall. It currently only has emergency lights on that show the remains of broken furniture strewn around the floor, forming large mounds of rubble. We need to reactivate the generator, look for survival, let's continue our advance. Look for survivors. Within the darkness, the crew discovers buried bodies among the remains of the station. Upon digging one up, they discover that he is still alive. Badly wounded man. They came. We resisted. The man moves his arm slowly and pulls out his ID card. He offers it to you and finally dies. Ah, he lived just to give me his ID card. Grab the ID card and let's go. You advance through one of the hallways, guided only by the emergency lights. On the halls, you can see scratch marks and blood illuminated softly. After a while, you reach a completely sealed bay door. Next to it, you can see a small keycard reader. It's currently inoperable. We need to reactivate the emergency flow in order to advance. Maybe we could open a breach by firing at it. We could use a small explosive to open our way. I don't want to do either of those two. You search the chamber for an emergency terminal to reboot the system. After a few minutes, you find a room that contains generators. Lucien Pedroz, head of the engineering team. Captain, we've detected an anomaly in the generators. We could use the remains of one of the destroyed machines to make them work again. There's no need, I can fix it myself. Go ahead, try it. System upgrade. Here we go! We succeed. Your crew's system upgrade level allows you to succeed. The team analyzes the damage with minute care and prepares a temporary solution. A few minutes later, construct an apparatus that allows the energy flow to temporarily function. Great job, team. Let's continue. You advance through one of the hallways. On the wall, you can see scratch marks and blood. You reach a completely sealed bay door. Next to it, you can see a small keycard reader. Insert the ID card. You advance through the hallway and search the different rooms that you find. You arrive at the bridge where the log of recent docking or events must be. The large computer that occupied the room is completely destroyed. You continue advancing through the smaller chambers without any luck finding anyone, nor clues as to what could have happened. In one of the workshops you find plans for a weapons prototype. Maybe your engineers could make use of them. Let's leave the station. There's nothing left to see. I'll give the option to take the plans. Alright. Guess we exit.
So?
We've looked over the station. There are no survivors.
But this can't be happening.
We have to inspect the last station.
I think I've had enough. We should head back.
This oversteps your jurisdiction, Mr. Huggins. You can come with us, or you can stay here. You decide.
This is an outrage. You guys are kidnapping me.
Preparing the jettison hatch for immediate exit.
All right, fine. I'll go with you.
Yeah, jettison him into this planet, which just looks like a gas planet. Something tells me there was a mutiny at these different stations here. As far as space exploration goes, I like it. I mean, we haven't really traveled galaxies or gone anywhere else. We're kind of still going through the tutorial aspect of it. The prologue, as it says there on the menu. So I'm curious, like, once it's all done, what it's going to be like. You finally arrive at the last station. After hearing Inspector Huggins' complaints the entire time, you can't wait to finish the mission. Everything looks calm on the station when suddenly a group of ships appear in the area. They are pirate ships. You recognize Expelio's emblem on their hulls. Maybe they want revenge. There's no time to lose. Order your crew to prepare to defend the station. Everyone to your posts!
Captain, the station is under attack.
I told you we should have gone back. We can still turn the ship around.
Control yourself, Mr. Huggins. We won't abandon any innocents. Crew, stay alert. We'll hold off the enemy attack.
Sir, yes, sir.
There's one. Too far up. Trying not to hit the allies. There we go. Next. Boom. There we go. After the skirmish, the mining station's director thanks you. Thanks, Captain. Those pirates appeared out of nowhere. They wanted to keep our protonite extraction. We're lucky you arrived when you did. Are these attacks normal? No! This area is usually very peaceful, but the past few days, there have been a few skirmishes between pirates and trade ships, but this exceeds any other incident we've had to date. Do you have any information that could be deemed useful? You ask the director if he has any relevant information that could shed some light onto the pirates' intentions. He responds, I have no idea what they could want besides our protonite. Although, an attack at this scale, it just isn't logical. Oh, wait a moment. The director disappears from the visor, only to return a short time later. I've been informed that we've recovered an encrypted transmission on one of the ships. Maybe it'll help you. We gained corrupted data.
Captain, the corrupt transmission corresponds to the rest of the data patterns.
Is it possible to begin an investigation, Crewman Burton?
The science team currently believes we have enough data to decode everything. We will begin right away.
Understood.
Start researching the coded data. You've obtained the research object. Your science team can research it. Researching can provide you with rewards such as additional data, clues, or blueprints. Research the coded data investigation. In order to do so, go to the department panel in your inventory, assign the investigation topic, and the science team that will research it. How do I do that? Oh. Press I. They don't have it on controls, I guess. Department, scrapping, 6 bay, research. That's right, 6 bay, I said it. Research lab, I'm going to need you to research the corrupted data. Look at these other things, though. RG-210, repeating cannon, a shield generator, Mach 1. Let's do this one. Probability of success is only 24%.
Our work here is done. Let's head back to the station.
I think I need a vacation.
Yeah, you and me both, buddy. Away we go! Alright, back to the port. Make sure I don't hit any of these very large asteroids. I looked down at my phone when we were going back the other direction, almost went right into it.
Republic ship requesting docking permission, please.
We're so polite about it.
Station control tower here. Dock at the assigned bay. Over.
Receiving coordinates. Establishing communication. Docking protocol prepared.
And then it just automatically does it for us. This is great. I enjoy it. It's really nice.
Docking complete.
Go to the Pulsar ship repair, speak with Susan. Once back at the station, Howard says his goodbyes with few words, then he leaves the group. Susan comes to you with a more cheerful demeanor. You're finally back! Inspector Huggins looked a bit out of place. Did everything go well? It's best not to ask. Is there any place in that sector that isn't ridden with death? It's best not to ask. Wow, I'm sorry to hear that. Susan looks away a few seconds but recomposes herself and resumes the chat rapidly. In any case, we have good news. It was tough, but your ship's repairs have been complete. I guess this is goodbye. Don't be strangers and come visit us if you are ever back in the sector. Of course. We'll see each other again. I hope we never come back here. Could just be the
Captain,
real
our
ass
scanners
kid.
detect multiple signals in the area. Maybe
Real
we should investigate them before
dick
working
captain.
with Tacit Stella. Perhaps someone needs our help.
Maybe. Use the star map to fly to Tax Stella. Investigate the remaining points of interest. Optional. I want to see what other things that we managed to pick up. Because I want to put other things onto our ship. Did we ever get those things back that we put on? Yeah, here it is. The repeating cannon. High range. Full damage, 63 a second. Like if I wanted to take this, for instance. Terrible choice. So looking like everything that we put around here is just not a good choice for this. The nuclear missile launcher. Excuse me. There are these flat cannons. I think we're gonna pass. We just got like a whole lot of weapons. Everything else just does not seem to fit. Pulse generator, EMP pulses, projects an energy field that temporarily incapacitates enemy ships. Cloaking generates an energy field that makes it harder for enemies to see you. And then a shield generator, which gives us regenerations to our shields. Where's the flat cannon, the ion reactor. Yeah, and I don't think any of these other things that we got are particularly any good. The engineer workshop for things that we could make, which doesn't look like really anything of any particular stuff. Could scrap a bunch of these things. Research has been concluded successfully. Conclude! Research lab, let's research something else, shall we? Go ahead and do this one. Alright. Investigate the remaining points of interest. What would be the remaining points of interest? Yeah, I don't see any other investigations that we can go do. The research has failed. Wah, wah. Alright, don't worry about it. Exit. We're like stuck on the thing. It didn't just like automatically push us away from it. There. Is that a point of interest over here? That distress signal in the distance? Shall we investigate the distress signal? I think we should. Warp speed! Woo! We've also only got about 40 seconds, so chances are I'm not going to arrive at that in time. And we'll just have to figure out what is up at the distress signal. Looks like a little asteroid field. A transmission from a civilian ship interrupts an otherwise tranquil voyage. How dare they? Stop. That's an hour. I'll read through this and do the kind of interaction to it, but that's going to be the end. Or maybe we'll just do this part, and then that's the end. A transmission from a civilian ship interrupts an otherwise tranquil voyage. Captain, thank goodness you've arrived! A terrible disease has spread throughout the crew of my ship, and some of its passengers as well. Sadly, we don't have a medic on the ship. It could be quite serious. Sorry to hear that. Have there been any casualties? A sickness? Of what type? Contagious? Let's do this. Yes, Captain. At least 20% of the crew have died. We don't have much time left. Oh no! Jimmy! Oh God! His head is inflating. Captain, it'll explode any moment now. We need a doctor urgently. Hold on, we'll send our scientists to your aid. Well, we'll go search for help. Oh boy, here we go. Let's see if we can get 7. I don't know where that landed on. Your crew's level of medicine doesn't allow you to succeed. The scientists arrive at the ship and commence diagnosis of the infection. Hours pass without any answers, without any definitive results. And after a few erroneous trials, the infection reaches its breaking point. Nothing makes sense. Every infected presents different symptoms, none pleasant. Some patients had grow until they explode. Others present protuberance that look oddly enough like Inspector Huggins, while others see their organs expelled from places organs should definitely not be expelled from. After a few hours, there are no longer any patients to examine. Crew, let us never speak of this again. Understood? Yikes. Do we have a crew morale kind of thing? So yeah, that's it. That is an hour of gameplay, well, a little bit over an hour of gameplay for Between the Stars. For an indie game that does space exploration, it is great. I think it did a lot of excellent in covering the different types of things that you can do in space, or at least like in a sci-fi adventure. It focuses mainly on the starship and exploration aspect of it, and really has a Star Trek feel to it, which I really like. Other games that we played for New Year New Games, such as Space Crew, attempted to do something like that, but it seemed very repetitive. Now, we only did just do the prologue, and we don't know what the encounters when we're going through space are going to be like when we go on our voyages and things of that nature. It could get to a point where the missions start to become repetitive, and it kind of just seems like the same encounters or same missions over and over again. As for like ship design and things like that, when you think of Star Trek, really they only had the one ship that they used, because it's kind of a military operation that they're running, so it's all organized just to be that. It wasn't like you modified or added a bunch of things to make the ship look completely different or upgraded to a different ship. They varied in appearance between like generations and TV shows and things like that. And then of course you had like the other ships from the different species that they would go against, the Borg and their giant cube. The Klingons had different types of ships. What were Cassians, I think is what they were called. And they also had like their own types of ships too. But I liked it. I liked going to the space stations. I liked going and doing investigations and kind of like flying through space. And then the space combat too wasn't that bad. It seems all pretty like simple compared to the other types of space games. Like if you think of games like X4 or Elite Dangerous, No Man's Sky, this kind of had a very simple breakdown to it. It didn't throw so much to do in one sitting. Like X4, you could do so much. You could be an individual person who just plays by ship. You can do like trading routes between sectors and stations and things like that. You could be a bounty hunter, a miner, someone who escorts. You could get a freighter, get multiple ships. There's just a lot in X4, and I think that a lot makes it a little overwhelming. They attempted to do that to where you can just like explore space and everything possible, which was really cool, but I would have liked it at small bits at a time, which they may have done in the earlier X games. I didn't start getting into the X games till like 3 or 4. With this one though, it focused right on that, where you're essentially a Star Trek kind of crew doing a mission. You need to repair your ship because you were damaged from an attack, and just going about doing your business as a captain of the Starfleet. So, amazing. Would I play the game again? Absolutely. Would you like to play this game? You can. It's available on Steam. That's how I'm playing it. You can get Between the Stars on Steam, or if it's available through Humble Bundle, which I believe it is, then I'll include a link in the description below. You can click on that link, purchase Between the Stars, and a small amount of your purchase goes to my Humble Bundle wallet, which I use to purchase more games, because more games is more good. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next game. Goodbye.